Yeah, hello everyone and welcome back. So today we will discuss the another annotation and they are like property source and the property sources. So basically these two annotations are used in a Spring to get the access to use the properties of a custom property file to your Spring Bean. So we know that in a Spring like application property file can be used like automatically by the Spring container. So let's say a scenario where you want to create your own custom property file. Then at that time, to get access of the properties of the custom property file, you need the annotation, the property source, and the property sources. Okay, and these two annotations can be defined in the configuration class, right? And these two annotations are used to provide the access of the custom properties file to the environment. And with at the rate property sources, annotation is used to provide the access to the multiple properties file to the Spring environment. So let's say that and also like properties source annotation is like repeatable. So let's say that you want to create a multiple property file, the custom property file, then you can repeat the property source annotation to access for all the custom properties file on your configuration class. And we use at the value and the environment class to read the property file value to the our bean class, right? Yeah, so let's understand how to implement this. So for that, let's go to our Spring Boot project, and here you can see inside resources folder we have application.property file, and we know that the Spring container is going to access this file automatically, right? So let's say a scenario where you want to create your own custom property file. Okay, so let me show you how to create your own custom property files. Go to the resource, do right click, and let's say you want to create some your custom property file with the name db.properties file other than application.property file, right? And in the application.property file we already define this, and yep, and I have shown you by using at that value annotation how to access this value in your Spring Bean. Okay, yep, in the last lecture. So today we will see. Yeah, so today I have created a db.property file, that is the custom property file. So let me define some like key and the value, db dot db username. All right, and username, let's provide some value xadmin. Similar manner, db dot db password. In this, let's say provide key secret is my password. So similar, the another property db dot db url. All right, so let's provide some JDBC 8080, and xadmin is my URL. So these are the three properties I have defined inside my db.property custom file. Okay, and I want to access this in the Spring environment, basically in your Spring Bean. So how you can use this? So here we can use this or get the access of these properties defined inside custom property file by using at the rate property source annotation. And these annotation can be used inside configuration file. So let me create one configuration file for you. Before that, in the base class I will create one package which say, let's say property source. In this property source, let me create one configuration class for you with the name demo config. All right. So as this is the configuration file, so we have to mark this with annotation configuration. And here with the configuration annotation, we need to use at the rate property source annotation, and then you need to define the path of your custom property file. So these custom property file is inside class path. So let me write the class path, and then after colon you need to give the name. So we have custom property file with the name db.properties, right? So by declaring this, container will get the access of this custom property file and their property. All right. Now, so let me show you how we can access this property defined in this db.property file in your Spring Bean. For that, I will create one more Java class inside a property source package, something with the name demo property source Java class. All right. So as this is a Java Bean, so let me mark this with a component so that the container will handle the bean creation. So let me create the property for this db username. Similarly, I will create one more db password. Let create one more db username, sorry, url. So basically this should be in a small letter. So let me make this small. Yeah. So here I have created three properties file to this Java Bean class, and here to this field I want to access the properties defined inside db property file. So for that, you know that you can use at the value notation and then dollar and then curly braces, and here you need to pass the key for which you want to get the access. So for username, db.username, and then here you need to pass the key. So by using at that value notation, we use to access the value of the field in our Spring Bean. So similarly for password, uh, db.password, right? You can use at the value notation, and then you need to pass the key. And in the url, let me define this key db.url. All right, so in this way I am setting the value of this properties file in this field. All right, so to get access, let me create some getter method. So let's generate the three fields getter method. All right, and here you will see db.username, db password, db url, right? All right. Now, so let me go to our main class, and from that I will access all these. So we have a context variable, and this context variable contained all the bean objects. So let me use this context, and we have a get bean method, and here I need to pass the bean class for which I want to access. So I want to get access of this property in our main class. So we have to import this, and similar manner let me store the instance variable of this inside demo property sources. All right, so we can use the demo property sources, but yeah, I want to show the system.out.println demo property sources dot get url db url, the getter method, and similar manner system.out.println get username, system.out.println get password. So in this way I am trying to access the field present inside this bean class. All right, Now let me run and let me show you the output for these three properties. And these three properties are defined inside our db.property. You can see xadmin, key secret, and this URL. All right. Let's see if we can access this in our, yeah. So here you can see in the output URL, username, and password. We can access this. It means that we are able to access the custom property file by using property source. Okay, and here you need to define in this manner. And yeah, and in the starting I told you that it is a repeatable, means you can create like multiple custom files, and similar manner you can use it. So let me show you this also. So let me create one more property file, mail.property file, and in this mail name, let me give some mail name, gmail.com, mail dot username, let's say xadmin. All right, so I have created like another property file, custom file with the mail dot properties. So similar manner I want to access. So for that, in the configuration file of your Spring Boot, you need to use this property dot source annotation, and then you need to provide the name. So class path will be there, and then the name of this new custom file is mail dot property. So let me change mail dot property. In this way you will get the access. Now you want to access, means fetch the properties to your Spring Bean, right? So for that, in the same bean class, I will go and then I will create more, like two more fields. So let's say mail username, and another property file I will use a mail, uh, what was the another, mail name and mail user. Okay, so username already I have created, let me create the mail name. Okay, yeah. And to get access, we know that we have to use at the red value annotation. Let me copy and paste, and only you need to change the key. So go to the mail.property file, copy this and paste it over the username. Okay, and in the similar manner, let's go to here and paste it here and take the key from here, the mail.property file username. So basically this is yeah, this is for the username. So let me use this here, and here will be the name. Okay, yeah. So for this new property fields, let's generate the getter method, so that we can get the value of this field in our main class. All right, now go to your main class, and here already we have SOP. So let me put more SOP, and let's use the get mail username to get, and get mail name to get the mail name value field. Okay, let me run and let me show you the output. So what we did now, we just created one more a mail.property custom file, and to define this here in the configuration file, I have added one more property source. So here you can see that I'm using repeatedly these two annotations, right? And here I have given the mail.property to get the access of this mail.property file. And here you can see at last we are getting these two also in our console, right? So in this way it can be repeatedly used for the multiple custom files. Now let's see how, means what is the use of the property sources. Okay, we have like one more annotation to get access of the multiple properties file in a one go. Okay, so for that what you can do, for that we use property, and here we have property sources with s, right? And here in the curly braces only you need to define these two. Okay, so with this annotation in an here you can define the multiple. Okay, so I need to comment this out. Yeah, so in this manner also you can use the property sources, and in the property sources, inside property sources, you need to define all the property source, right, like this. So let me save it and let's run this. Go to the main class and run this. So in the similar manner, yeah, you can see the all the output we are getting still, right? Yeah, so in this manner you can get the access of your custom properties file by using add the red property source and add the red property sources to get the access of the multiple properties file in a one go, right? Yeah, so thank you and have a nice day. See you in the next lecture.